Hi guys, this is Mrs. Kenyon, and I'm going to talk to you today about creating an Adobe Spark video. If you're trying to make an Adobe Spark page as your project, you'll want to watch a different tutorial because this one is how to make a video. So the first thing that you'll want to do is be on the website. You can get there through Google Classroom, or you can type in spark.adobe.com and it will get you there. You may even want to bookmark it since we'll be using it for a while for this project. Then what you're going to do is click Login right here in the corner. And then right here where it says Log In Now. So you're going to click Login Now. The username that we're using is Mrs. Freeman's email account because we're all going to be in the same account. The password is capital H on Husner 16. So type that in as the password. If you don't remember the username and password, this is also listed in Google Classroom, so you'll be able to get to it that way too. So go ahead and click Sign In to sign into the account. And what you'll see first is you'll see projects that have already been started. And you'll notice if it's a video or a page, so that'll help you find yours. Everybody's are going to be stored in the same place, so make sure that you find your particular project when you come back the next time. So you can either click the 3 lines or click the plus sign over here to start. I'm going to click the 3 lines and we're going to create a video. So I'm going to click the word video. And the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to give it a title. Now this is changeable, so if you start it and then you think later, I want something different, you can change that. I'm going to put less screen time. Then you choose a template. And so they've got several to pick from. You can even click Make Up My Own if you want to start from scratch, or you can pick one of these. They're all changeable, so if you pick one and you think it's kind of not fitting, it's okay. I'm going to pick Teach a Lesson because that's what I'm doing, is I'm teaching you information about less screen time. It will pop up a tutorial that you can watch if you'd like. Just click this circle in the middle to get that tutorial started. You do not have to watch it, but it might be something that might be helpful. Click the X to close that, or OK, I'm ready. Either one of those is fine. Now it's time to start adding content. In Spark, the plus sign is the same as adding content. That's how you add content. This is my title slide. So I'm going to click the plus sign to add text, and I'm going to put less screen time. And notice it kind of sizes it for me as to what's going to be best in my video. Now I'm going to look at my layout up here of my slide that's going to be part of the video. I can have just this one thing, which is just the title slide. I can have 2 things, so I can have like this and a picture. I can have this and a picture, and this is the caption. I can have a full screen picture, or I can have a thing, which is the text on top of a picture. So I'm going to pick that one. And so here I can choose my picture. So I can find pictures 2 different ways in Adobe Spark. One is within the program itself. I can click Find Photos, and it will help me find pictures, which we're going to do that here in just a second. The other thing is, if you don't find pictures within Spark, you can also use this button to upload photos that you've saved to your Google Drive. So you can go and find pictures that you like, save them to your Google Drive, and then click this Upload, and it will give you the option to find those pictures. There is a tutorial video in Google Classroom on how to download pictures to your Google Drive. So you may want to check that out if you're not sure how to do that. I'm going to use Find Photos within Spark, and I'm going to say I'm looking for a keyboard as my background. I type in keyboard and do a little search, and here I've got some options for pictures that I could use as the background of my Spark. I like this one, but you notice I've got several to pick from that I'm allowed to use as much or as little as I need. So I'm going to choose that one for my background. So there's that picture. And then on top of it, I'm going to type in some text, and I'm going to say less screen time. And so then right there's kind of the layout of my video. Now the other thing, so this is the page, but then on top of that, I can add text, or I can add my voice. And you and your partner are supposed to take turns adding voice, or figure out some way so that everybody does about the same amount. of talking in your video. So for this first title slide, you might click and it's pretty easy to add voice. This symbol right here is the microphone symbol. When you're ready to use it, you press and hold on it, talk, and then let it go when you're done talking, and that sets up your voice. So let me show you how it works. I click this and I say, this video is about less screen time, and it's by Mrs. Kenyon and Mrs. Freeman. And then I let go. Now I can hit play and listen to my voice, or if I hit play and I don't like it, I can just press and hold this again. It will record over top of it. It doesn't record it next to it. It's over top, so you get a kind of a one-shot deal. So I click this and I say, this video is about less screen time, and it's by Mrs. Kenyon and Mrs. Freeman. Okay, so there, it's done. That's how I add voice to my videos. Now, you notice you heard some music in the background. Maybe I don't like that music. I click the music up here, and I've got all kinds of choices to pick within. Now, we're not going to mess with adding music of our own, because there's some licensing issues that go along with that. So maybe I like this one, so I click that one, and it will play. Once it loads, it will play a little bit. I can click this play and kind of hear what it sounds like to see if I like it. I don't really care for that one. Maybe this one will work. Okay, so I like that one. I'll click on it, and that adds it. This right here decides how loud it's going to be in the background. So if I'm a soft talker, if I don't talk real loud, I can turn that down so that my voice doesn't get overtaken by the music that I have in my background. The other options that I have within videos is themes. When I click on themes, this kind of sets up how my video is going to look. So I can look through and it decides everything. It decides the transitions, it decides the font. It makes all of those decisions for you so that you don't have to make them. So I click on one I like. See, it changed it down here on the bottom. And then when I click play, this and I say, this kind of what it did differently and how it changed what my video does. Okay, I don't like that one. I click that and it changes. Notice my font changed. My backgrounds have all changed. I click play. I click this and I say, and now you can see what it does different. So you've got some options for themes. Okay, so I'm happy with the first slide. I'm going to go on to the next one. Again, it's the same options. I can add a picture, I can add text, I can add both. Remember, in that layout section, that's where you decide. So maybe this one I want set up like this. And so I'm going to put a picture on one side and I'm going to put text on the other. So I can click photo to get the picture. I can click T to add the text to each slide as I'm going through. This play button here plays the entire video. So if you want to see it from start to finish, you can click the play button just to kind of see what it's looking like. You can also click the preview button, and the preview button and I say, will show you what your video is looking like. This video is about less screen. Okay, when you're done, click the X. That gets you out of your preview. When you're all finished, you click share. You pick a category of education, and you create a public link. And that public link is what you then share to Google Classroom. And we're going to let this hopefully load kind of quickly. Sometimes these are kind of slow. Okay, so here's my link right here. Copy that. I can click the word copy or Control C. That is what I paste into Google Classroom to turn in my video to Mrs. Freeman. So that's kind of how Adobe Spark works. If you have any questions, you can add them to Google Classroom and I'll be happy to answer them, or you can ask Mrs. Freeman. Thanks a lot.